Hi everyone, my name is Alexis. I just wanted to make this video to share some information about my parosmia that I've been dealing with. Share my story so I can help spread some more awareness about it, so hopefully doctors can see that a lot of people are dealing with this and that it's a serious matter, and hopefully somebody will do something to try and come up with a cure. So I just wanted to make my video to share what I went through, what I'm still going through. So I had I had gotten coronavirus on January 1st, 2020. I mean 2021, not 2020. So here's how it happened. On New Year's Eve, my aunt asked me if I wanted to come over because she's having a little family get together or whatever. And I was kind of wary to go there in the first place because everything on the news around that time was saying not to have any family gatherings and not to go out in public or be around too many people. So I wanted to go because my kids wanted to go and they wanted to hang out with their cousins and stuff. So I took a risk and we went. And there was other people there. It wasn't just my family. I didn't know that there was going to be other people there. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't have went. But my aunt had like a lot of her friends over too. So we stayed there for a little while, from like maybe 8 o'clock until the ball dropped. And my kids, I think, actually ended up sleeping over, but I went home. And then, so the next day, I lost my smell and my taste. That was the first symptom. And I was also very, tired, real drowsy. Really, really, really tired. I just felt like crap and I didn't want to get out of the bed. But I finally got myself enough energy to get up out of the bed, and then I went to go get Spanish food. And that's when I learned that I lost my taste and my smell, because I couldn't even smell it, my food. And Spanish food has a strong smell. I got a thin steak with rice, beans, and an egg, and I couldn't taste it at all. I just felt like I was chewing meat and eating rice, but I couldn't taste it. It was weird. So then I ended up, my 12-year-old son, he actually got coronavirus too. And my 6-year-old, he's 7 now, but at the time he was 6, he didn't get coronavirus. Just me and my older son did. So then I took me and him to get tested, and it turned out that me and him both tested positive. So he had to quarantine, he had to stay home from school. So then after about 2 weeks, I got my taste and my smell back. And then in May 2021, which was about 5 months later, from January 1st to May, I think it was May 21st, around that time. So it was 5 months later, I went to the same Spanish place. This is what made it weird, because the day that I got coronavirus, I got Spanish food, and that's when I learned I lost my taste. So then, I went to get Spanish food. And I get home and I'm about to eat it, and it smelled fucking crazy. It smelled like a dead, I don't even know. I can't even describe the freaking smell and the taste. It smelled and it tasted the same, but it literally smelled like a dead deer on the side of the road that's been sitting for a week straight in blistering hot heat. That's what it smelled like. That's the smell that I smell and that I taste. So I'm eating. I take the first bite of the steak. I had it in the beans and the rice. It was a spoonful of bean, rice, and steak. Oh my God, it smelled crazy. And it smelled like that before I even tasted it. But I wanted to taste it because I thought I was just bugging out or whatever. So I'm thinking that it's the Spanish food place, that the food was bad or something. This is what everybody says. I've watched so many videos about people's experiences, and it's the same thing. It's just crazy. Everybody always their first thought was that the food is bad. But it wasn't bad because I made my boyfriend try it. I'm like, taste this. Doesn't this taste nasty? He's like, no, I don't smell nothing. It tastes normal to me, because he always eats some of mine when I get it. We would eat from that place a lot, especially around that time. Like, I was eating from that place a lot because I really like their food. And I've never ever had a problem. So whatever. So then I thought it was just me, or I was just going crazy. So then literally everything that I was eating around that time had that smell and taste, especially meat or anything that was fried in vegetable oil. Like, I can't eat any fast food. This is still to this day, so I'm not even going to say couldn't, I'm just going to say can't, because this is still happening today. I can't eat any fast food, anything that was fried in vegetable oil. I can't eat any meat. Sometimes I can eat steak, only if I make it though. I have to make it without any seasonings or anything. Like, I make it with butter, and I cut up a little bit of garlic, and I make it with that, but that's it. Especially chicken. I can't eat any chicken, and I love chicken. I love fried chicken. I love chicken cutlets is my favorite food, and that's my favorite thing to make. I can't eat any of it. And it really sucks. My son, my 12-year-old son, he actually was going through the same thing as me, but his only lasted for like maybe a month and a half, and then it went away, and he's back to normal now. But his happened the same as mine. Like, he lost his smell and taste, and then it came back after he was done being sick, and then this funny smell happened around the same time when I got it, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But luckily his only lasted for like a month and a half, and his wasn't as bad as mine. He could still eat like McDonald's and stuff like that, and the things that I cooked. But now it's just like something that I've been dealing with for so long. The next month it'll be a year exactly, so I think I'm just getting used to it. But I literally can't eat anything. Like, I eat the same thing every day. I was eating the same thing every day. I've been trying to switch it up a little bit, because the other day I had a mental breakdown, because it's just so stressful. Like, even just talking about it to my family, because nobody believes me. It's not that they don't believe me. I think they just think that I'm being dramatic or something. I don't know, because when I talk about it, I feel like they're just like rolling their eyes, and even though they're not rolling their eyes, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, when someone's just disinterested or is tired of hearing about something, you could just tell that they don't want to hear it. So it's sad. It makes me sad, because I have nobody to talk to about it, and people aren't taking it serious. Like, they don't understand. Until you go through something like this, you cannot possibly understand. And this is another reason why I wanted to make this video, for those of you who are dealing with this. Maybe you could show this to whoever is in your family, if they're acting like how my family acts, because it's frustrating, and it just feels like you're alone in this, and it sucks feeling like you don't have anybody that understands, because they can't possibly understand if they've never been through it, especially when it comes to your taste and your smell. Everybody basically takes it for granted. I mean, you don't know what you have until it's gone, especially in this case. If my best advice for anybody out there would be to not catch the coronavirus, especially if you could take the precautions to protect yourself from catching it, because even if you do get it, and whatever, if you get better, it's not like a serious case, you still have a chance of developing parosmia. And I'm telling you, this is the worst thing that I have ever dealt with in my whole entire life. And I've been through a lot of bad things, and I've had a lot of bad things happen to me, and this is by far the worst, and I wouldn't even wish this on my worst enemy. Like, it's bad, because it's not even I'd rather not be able to taste anything than have this nasty, disgusting, rotten smell that I'm smelling every time that I eat something. Like, I can't even eat something to enjoy it. I eat because I need to survive. I'm not even eating to enjoy anymore. Like, and that's one of the biggest pleasures of life, is to be able to eat with your friends. It like builds connections. You sit and have lunch with your friends, you talk, and you enjoy your food, and it's just a big part of everybody's life. Food, not just mine, everybody's. And it's just really frustrating. Last week I had a mental breakdown because I'm just so tired. This is what happened. Let me talk about what I eat first, and then I'll talk about that, because it'll make more sense if I talk about this first. So, since May of 2021, I found that one of the only things that I could eat was a crepe. I don't know if you guys know what a crepe is. It's like a breakfast thing. They have like crepe stores around where I live, and it's basically like a flat pancake, and you can add fruits and stuff to it. I can eat any fruits. Fruits are good. They don't have that nasty taste or smell. But so I would go there every morning to the crepe place, literally every single day. I didn't even miss a day, and I know they would talk about me and were tired of seeing me, so I had to explain to them what I was going through, because it's kind of weird for a young lady to go to the same food place every single day and eat the same exact thing every single day. But honestly, I didn't even care, because I have no choice. If I can't eat anything, I gotta do what I have to do. So I would go to the crepe place every morning after I dropped my son off at school, and I would eat the same thing. I would get a crepe with strawberries and maple syrup in it and butter, and I would eat that every morning. And then I would just eat whatever I could throughout the day for lunch, like little snacks, like granola bars, because I couldn't eat anything. Cereal I would eat, sometimes waffles. I would make buttered noodles in the beginning when this first was happening. I would make just like plain spaghetti noodles and put butter and Parmesan cheese on them. But that was one of the only things that I could eat, until one day my boyfriend and I and my younger son went out to go look at a dirt bike, and we stopped at this pizza place. It was in like a town like 3 towns over from where I live. And the pizza was really good, so I started eating the pizza, and that was my lunch for the next 4 months, like up until now, or whatever. I still eat the pizza every day. I'm not eating the crepe so much anymore, but so whatever. So I eat the crepe in the morning, and then I'll eat like a granola bar in the afternoon, and then I'll go get pizza around like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then I just try to eat whatever I can for dinner. Like, it's crazy. It's bad. So last week I had a mental breakdown. I was with my kids. We were on the way to my son's basketball game, and so we're going to get pizza, and we go to get the pizza or whatever. I get my pizza, and I get in the car, and I'm eating it, and I'm like so sick of eating it that I just got frustrated, and it didn't taste that good that day. It didn't have the nasty taste, but it just didn't. I don't know if it was because I'm sick of it, or if it's just because it just wasn't tasting right that day. So I got mad, and I was like, oh my god, this is so frustrating, and I just started like exploding, and I started crying. I'm like, I can't eat anything, nobody understands what I'm going through, and I just like lost it. So then after that, I ordered the crepe, because the crepe place is right down the road from the pizza place. It's funny, they're in the same town. So then I order the crepe, I go and get the crepe, and I was able to eat a little bit of that, but it just wasn't even satisfying at that point. Like, I just wasn't even in the mood to eat anything. So then, after that happened, I said the next day, I'm going to the doctor. I said, I have to go to the doctor for this, because I'm like really fucking fed up. Like, I can't deal with this anymore. Like, it's just becoming too much. Like, that's all that my main focus is every single day. My main worry for every single day is, what am I going to eat? Like, and that's stressful for somebody to constantly worry about, am I going to be able to eat anything? Like, because that's a big deal. Like, you need to eat to survive. Your body needs certain nutrients, it needs proteins, your body needs these things, and if you're not giving it to your body, you're going to become weak, your muscles are going to fall apart. Like, it's just crazy, and that's stressful. And I'm already a worrywart as it is. Like, I worry a lot about things. Like, I'm not the type to, I don't like trying new things. I don't like experimenting with shit. I usually just stick to what I know and what I know that I like, and that's just how I am. I've always been like that. So it's just stressful to have to think about it all the time, and I don't know. So I made an appointment, and I went to the doctor. I didn't make an appointment. I went to a walk-in clinic, and I told him, the doctor, what I was dealing with or whatever. The nurse that came in, she was actually really cool. She said that she actually has parosmia too, but that she just forced herself to eat and whatever. But I told her, I said, I can't do that. Like, I can't force myself to eat something that tastes like straight garbage. I can't do it. Like, I actually did do it. I tried it a couple of times to force myself just to see if the taste would go away after a few bites, but it didn't, and I threw up. I did this like 5 different times, and every single time I tried it, I threw up because the taste is just unbearable. And even if you swallow something that has the taste and you can deal with it, you'll burp it up. Like, the burp that comes up, oh my God, it's just crazy. Like, this whole thing is just like unreal. Like, I never would have thought that this could happen to me. Don't ever take your taste and your smell for granted, please. So whatever, I go to the doctor comes in, I tell him what's going on. I was contemplating, thinking about getting a feeding tube because, like, I'm worried about my health. I have no energy every day. Like, all I do is sit around. Even my brain fog is messed up too. Like, I'm just not thinking clearly. I'm becoming very forgetful, forgetting a lot of things. But honestly, I could deal with that. That's not even the worst of it. The smell and the taste, I would just do anything to have that back. Like, nobody understands. It's bad. So when I told the doctor that I wanted to get a feeding tube, he looked at me like I was crazy, and he said, oh, he like laughed right in my face. He was like, you don't need a feeding tube. He said, you're young and you're healthy or whatever, and he said, you don't need a feeding tube. So he took my weight, and it actually turns out that I gained 2 pounds since the last time that I went to that walk-in clinic. And he said, you gained weight. He said, somebody that is having trouble eating usually loses weight. I said, okay. I said, I understand that, but I'm not eating healthy. I said, I'm eating junk food that's fattening. Of course I'm going to gain weight. I said that's not the point. I don't care about my weight. I said, I'm trying to come up with a solution so I don't have to worry about foods that what I'm going to be able to eat. I don't want to worry about that anymore, and I want to just be able to taste food and enjoy it and not worry about my next meal. That's just like, that would be the biggest relief of my life right now. It really would. Like, I can't do anything else. Like, that's my only focus every day, and it just feels like I'm going in circles. It's just I feel like I'm losing my mind, and it's sad because I'm not this type of person. It's just crazy. I'm becoming very depressed. Like, I just sit around all day. I'm not working right now. I don't even think I could work even if I wanted to, because this just, like, I can't eat anything. Like, what am I going to starve myself all day? I have like a set routine on what I'm doing every day with going to get the crepe and the pizza. I know it really does sound ridiculous for somebody that's not going through this, and I know it's kind of crazy to even imagine it, but this is real. This is my real life right now, and I just don't even think that I could work right now. I want to work. I don't get me wrong. I definitely want to work. I need money. It's just a lot. It's just a lot to deal with. But honestly, my emotional well-being is more important to me right now than working. I'm trying to heal myself. I'm trying to get back to normal. And I just don't even, like, it's crazy. Like, I feel bad for my kids because they have to deal with it too. It's not just me with making dinner. Like, I have to make something for them, and then I have to make something for me. Like, I'm not going to force them to eat what I'm going to eat. Of course not. I'm going to feed them what they want to eat. But it just sucks because I have to make 2 meals every time I cook something. Either that or I just don't eat. I'll just make them food and I don't end up eating. It's just a lot to deal with. And so when the doctor asked me, what do I eat? And I told him that I'm able to eat pizza, crepes with fruits. I said I could eat some vegetables. Sometimes I can eat steak. I said I drink a lot of milk and I eat a lot of ice cream and fattening things that I shouldn't be eating, like mini muffins and stuff like that. But he told me that if I can drink milk, he said that milk is considered a full meal because it has complete protein in it and it has basically a lot of the nutrients that our bodies need. So he said if I'm able to drink milk, he said drink 3 cups of milk a day. He said 1 glass in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 at nighttime. And he said eat whatever else I can in between, like glasses of milk, like eat whatever else I can. And he said at least for now until I start to feel better. I said yeah, but I said when am I going to get better? Like that's the whole point why I came here. I want to know what's going on. Like everybody wants to know what's going on. Nobody wants to have to make accommodations to figure out what they can and cannot eat. Nobody wants to do that. We want to get better. We want to move on with our lives and get better and just get better. Point blank period. That's it. Simple as that. I just want to get better so I don't have to worry about this anymore. This is a big problem in my life and it's affecting almost all the areas in my life, not just what I'm eating. It's affecting everything. It's a big deal. It really is. But that gave me a little bit of hope with the whole milk thing because I am able to drink milk. I love drinking milk, and it was funny because I actually looked that up myself because I've been doing my own research on like proteins and what foods that have proteins, what foods have certain vitamins and minerals and stuff that I need so I can make sure that I'm getting everything that I need to get. And I already read that milk is considered a full meal and has complete proteins in it. But I asked my Aunt Emily, she's a teacher, I asked her opinion on what she thinks. And she said, yeah, I mean, it is a complete protein, but you can't just survive off of milk. Like, you have to eat other stuff. You try and eat protein shakes, da-da-da-da-da. I tried that. I just can't keep it down. But hearing it from the doctor, it made me feel a little bit better to know that at least I am getting proteins and stuff from the milk. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. That happened last week when I went to the doctor, and I've been doing a little bit better with drinking the milk. At least I've been filling myself up. I've been still eating the pizza, and I haven't really ate a crepe in a couple of days. Probably get one tomorrow. But I've been eating cereal in the morning. I've been trying different types of cereals. I eat fruits, vegetables. Yesterday I ate a little piece of a steak. It was alright. I had steak and potatoes and asparagus. I can eat the steak as long as I have potatoes with it, so I can put sour cream on the potatoes. I dip the steak in the potatoes and the sour cream, and I think that it's the sour cream that overpowers the taste of the meat, because it doesn't taste that good, honestly, but it doesn't taste that bad with the sour cream on it. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I just wanted to share my story, hoping that it can help others out there. And if anybody has any recommendations for me or anything that's worked for them that might be able to help me too, leave a comment. Let's have a conversation about it in the comments and try and work together to help spread awareness. I'll even encourage you to make your own video, just so we can have videos all over YouTube. Put like a hashtag Parosmia awareness or something, so that we can help spread this out into the whole world, and that maybe a doctor who cares will take notice and try and do something about it. Like really try, not just talk about it. I want somebody to really try and do something about this, because it's really affecting everybody's lives, not just the people who have parosmia, but it's affecting the people in their lives as well, and the people around them. And it's just a lot. It's hard to deal with, and I just hope we all get better soon and we can move on with our lives and do great things. So if anybody has any recommendations, like I said, or anything, please leave a comment, and let's have a conversation about it, like I said, and go back and forth, talk about what works, what doesn't work, what works for you. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you for watching.